Like any technological development, generative AIs like ChatGPT and Copilot raise some ethical concerns. These can include, but are not limited to, academic integrity, bias, equity, information privacy and security, and information quality. Educators may be concerned that a product submitted by a student is not their own work, but was generated by an AI. In general, students may be tempted to use AI inappropriately in the same situations that they may be tempted to use other sources inappropriately. The difference is that with a generative AI, it is often easier to generate a response that more closely matches the criteria of a given assessment. We'll explore this concern in more detail in another video. Generative AIs are trained on data largely from the internet. Since that data may contain some biases, the output from a generative AI may also contain some biases. It's important to keep this in mind when reviewing the response to a prompt. The immediate reaction of some may be to push for blanket bans on AI in education, but such bans widen the digital divide between students who have access to this new technology and those who do not. Some generative AIs gather user data and conversation history, and use that data to further train and develop the AI and share with third parties. Microsoft Copilot with commercial data protection, that's the green protected indicator, is a more secure alternative that does not store chat history, for example. To be fully compliant with board policy and law, though, it is important that personal information not be entered into a Copilot prompt. If we read the fine print, we can see that users' Copilot prompts leave our organization and are likely to cross international borders. The difference is that Copilot doesn't actively gather data like some other generative AIs do, so as long as it isn't provided with any personal information in a prompt, the privacy of students and staff is protected. Generative AIs often produce incorrect results, so responses to prompts should be reviewed by a human for accuracy before being used. Generally speaking, generative AIs like Copilot try really hard to respond to prompts, so if the task is difficult or impossible, they will usually generate a response with no indication of the confidence a user might have in its accuracy. This is a great example that makes it sound like there was a federal election in 2023. Educators and students must navigate these and other ethical concerns to harness the power of AI while safeguarding education integrity and student well-being.